What?
There was I think he was trying to make it look like
Who are you talking about?
Harris's VP Wolves.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
He was doing honestly, I don't know if I said it right. He was doing like a little thing about how he does, he's a hunter, and they have some really cringy ads going for her, but he was out pheasant hunting with a big group of people and nobody had guns. So I think
That's.
they've
I mean,
got-
you
they've
can.
got some good ones.
You
They're
can.
hilarious.
You can pheasant hunt without guns.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a really good dog, you can.
No, you can just run and try to catch them.
That's not wrong.
Throw rocks.
See?
Rocks aren't dangerous.
Bow and arrows,
Addle-addles?
atlatls.
Oh,
Addle-
that sounds way better than what I said. Addle-addles? Addle-addles.
I think it's an atlatl.
I think it's addle-addle.
Atlatl. Damn it! Now I want to look it up, and I don't have the power because my phone's over there.
Hey, Google. Oops.
It doesn't. Google doesn't work upside down.
But which way is
How
up
do
for
you
Google?
pronounce addle-addle? Oh, it picked up you saying Google doesn't work upside down, and it says that's a clever observation. Well, it might seem counterintuitive. You're absolutely right. Google search engine is not designed to function upside down.
See, we knew it. Google don't work
All right,
upside
hey,
down.
Google. How do you pronounce addle-addle? He thinks I said add-a-little.
It's because it's atlatl.
Atlatl. I'll have to ask it
Hey.
better later. Oh, okay. Hold
It's
on.
not going to pick up my Hey Google.
Hey, Google. I can't wait to get an
Have
iPhone.
patience.
Hey, Google.
What is an atlatl?
It's a tool that uses leverage to achieve greater velocity and
Atlatl.
addle-addle.
Not,
It's ATL.
you're saying addle. There's an owl.
What's that thing you say? You put the
You put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
so it's an atlatl. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, you're
Right?
probably right. Yeah, that
I'm
makes
pretty
sense.
sure I'm right.
You're probably right.
ATLATL.
I mean-
Atlatl.
And it also could be
Not-
addle-addle.
Lattle. There have to be two L's, right? Have to be. The hell was that?
That was
That
a
was
warning.
almost a snort.
That was a warning.
That was a snort
That
warning.
was a snort warning.
Good morning.
It was a pre.
Andrew, good
snort-
morning.
It was a pre-snort indicator.
Snort
It
was
was a
the-
pre-snort indicator.
All right, we're all in the wrong positions here. We got to get reset.
Hi, John.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, jeez.
You don't. John gives us the eyebrow look. Or I can't
Every
do,
morning.
I can't do the eyebrow look. Hold on.
Sorry, what?
A very common face for John when he sees us all three together. It's like, oh,
I'm sorry, Phil. What are we talking about?
I can't do it.
He's got
He has
pull
to
it.
do it. Can
There
you
you
do
go.
it?
It took me years of practice.
Yeah.
I mean, I got one going, but I'm like squinting with the other side.
Can you wink?
Me?
Yeah.
I can wink. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, because you're
I-
bringing your cheek up.
Yeah. Well, how are you
got
supposed
one
to
Hey,
eye.
wink?
everybody.
I got one
Morning.
eyebrow up.
How are you supposed to
Oh, wait,
wink?
no, I got both up.
I don't know. I don't wink at people. It's weird.
You just squint when you wink. You just
I don't practice winking very often.
That was a very strong wink.
Very strong wink.
Very strong.
Oh my goodness, we have issues. Jeff, good morning. I mean, that's a known thing. But anyway, good morning. Welcome to Monday.
Hi.
Why are we here?
Because, well, better question is why am I here?
Yes, why are you here?
I don't know.
I
It's
just
my
work here.
it's my day off today.
Yeah, Liz's day off today, but as is very typical.
So am I late? No, I'm like super early. Does it count?
No, that don't count.
Oh,
You can't show up late tomorrow and be like, well, I was here yesterday.
I just took a really long lunch break.
I was here yesterday.
All right, so sorry, I gotta get my coffee. Liz and I were having a conversation over the weekend, I guess on Saturday, and started talking about iconography and the importance of it. So first off, I had a hard time spelling iconography. I was not
I didn't even double check.
sure how that was gonna. I'm pretty sure it corrected it for me.
Icon.
I was right.
Iconography. Oh, of course you were.
So what is it, Elizabeth?
Well, it's an icon, typically a picture that can symbolize something, and it's a way to tell a story or hold meaning or something like that. So, I mean, you can think about, I mean, that's an icon. It's a brand, it's a logo, it could be a traffic sign, it could be graffiti on the wall, it could be tattoos, there's a lot of things, it could be jewelry, there's a lot of things like that that start to tell a story. And they can be very complex stories, or they can be very simple. So they can set boundaries, they can support an ideology, they can promote a brand's name,
They can be an invitation.
they could be what do you mean? Elaborate.
Invitation for conversation, right?
Yeah.
You said
for
it
sure.
can. I've drawn a blank on the words you used, but basically you said it could cause you to want to stay away, right? But it could also, you could wear something in hopes that somebody comes up to ask you about it, and talk to you about it.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure you can, and it can also be, it could be a threatening thing too. It could be either an invitation to, hey, I support that cause too, let's talk about it, or it could be, a boundary setting thing. If you start to go to, let's say you're on vacation somewhere and you're, I don't know, wandering around looking for something to eat, and you start seeing some graffiti, and the graffiti gets heavier and heavier and heavier, and you can start to see where different territories could be. I grew up out in the country, so that the graffiti and everything is a little out of my wheelhouse, but based off some of the things that I've been learning in this book, that I'm like the fourth time reading it, left a bang. It's a fantastic book. But there's, you can start to define certain areas where, if you don't know any better, you got to pay attention to that stuff. You don't want to go into the thick of something like that, because it could, you could be crossing lines. So.
Go.
It went away.
And it's out.
It's gone.
Go get it.
So flags, that's a big one. Flags are a really big icon to pay attention to. Bumper stickers. What do bumper stickers tell people? All kinds of things. You can tell people your whole life story. The security sign in your front yard can tell people that you have a security system and ward off bad guys. Your shirt that's got a flag on the side, on the sleeve. What does that tell you? That's a pretty big one in our industry. You see a lot of that.
So, how can iconography be used? Like what's...
So recently, I've been using iconography intentionally as a promotion for the firearm world. There was one day I left work and I still had my work shirt on, and I went to Costco. And as I was walking down this aisle, this lady, she was handing out this samples and stuff, and she looked really hard at my shoes. Oh, what's that? She was very inquisitive. And yes, Mr. Yuck means don't touch it. That's right. Or the poison symbol. That's great. But yeah, so she was drawn to the logo, and she started a conversation with me. I talked to her for 45 minutes at Costco. We were trying to avoid her boss seeing her talk to me for so long. It was pretty funny. But I made a new friend, and hopefully that she has shotguns before, but she was timid to get back into it. She didn't have anybody that liked it around her, and now she got to know me a little bit. So now it was like, okay, maybe I can try this out. So I took that and I was like, all right, how else can I promote this? Because especially with voting coming up here soon, we need the gun vote, and we need people to understand how important our Second Amendment is, and to bring people into the world to recognize how important it is. Can be simple like that. So I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but you can start to identify things around you, and you can use this as a way to start paying attention. Paying attention is a lot more complicated than what you think. So if you give yourself a goal of one thing to pay attention to, then you can start the process of actually looking for things and start to gear your brain towards paying attention. So let's say for the next week, I'm going to do a little challenge for Lady Sentinels. Like for the next week, I just want you to pay attention to icons. I want you to look at people's shirts, and let's say you like soccer and you see that STL City logo on someone's shirt. Strike up a conversation with them. You know, this can do a couple different things. Like, you don't need to use it as a way to be paranoid about things. Like, I'm trying to normalize paying attention. And this is a way you can kind of start doing that. So,
Well, I think that it can be even simpler than that, because there's a lot of icons, well, hundreds, if not thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of them that we see over the course of a week, right? Just simply driving down the road, you're looking at icons pass you by, that you pass by in vehicles, right? Like when I sold cars 100 years ago, I worked for Saturn, and I worked for a Saturn dealership. I hardly ever noticed a Saturn. But as soon as I knew a little bit about them, I saw them freaking everywhere. And it's not because I was paying extra close attention now. I was seeing all that stuff before, but now I had something to associate it with, and so my brain picked it out to say, hey, that's a thing. Like that's an SL1, or that's an SL2, or that's a SC2, or whatever. There wasn't all of a sudden an influx of those cars. It's just because I had a little bit of knowledge about it now, so I saw it more often. We talked this weekend about, like, if you're on vacation somewhere, if you're a baseball fan, even if you're not necessarily a baseball fan, but the St. Louis Cardinals logo is a very prominent I'm just from St. Louis logo, right? And you're in Colorado and you see a St. Louis Cardinals hat or a shirt, it almost immediately will stand out to you. And it's somebody that you can walk up to and have a conversation with because you have something in common. So I think understanding it from the perspective of it's everywhere and it's not a bad thing, this is a challenge to get you to try to recognize the stuff that you see already.
yeah.
Subconsciously.
Right.
But to have a conscious effort in associating it with something. Again, this is part of our conversation this weekend. I was at a high school football game on Friday night, and my kids go to Lafayette High School. Their colors are black and gold and white, essentially. So all the stands are covered in black, gold, and white of some variation. It was also Breast Cancer Awareness Day or month or whatever, so they asked all the kids to wear pink. So a lot of pink. Well, then husband and wife, and now that I say that, I don't know if it was husband and wife or like a husband and a daughter, walked in and they were wearing a brown shirt. That stood out as something different immediately, so caught my eye. I looked at it, saw they had a Padres logo on their shirt, and they happened to sit like 3 or 4 rows behind me, and as they're walking up into their seats, somebody was like, hey, are you from San Diego? You know, and they had no idea who each other were, but they had something in common, and they struck up a conversation right there because of that logo, because of that icon. Right,
So what about the other side of that? So those icons can, and also this could be like certain colors, you know, like there's gangs that have been going on for ages that represent blue or red, and you know, like if you're in an area where that's a prevalent thing, like you got to pay attention to that. What if you went overseas to another country and are you promoting that you're foreign by certain things that you're wearing on your shirt? Could that bring different attention to you, good or bad? That all depends. But what if you saw somebody that's wearing a Hell's Angel, what do they call those things? The leathers and stuff that the bikers wear.
Their colors.
Just I guess there's a logo or some Reaper or something, but I mean, like, that's something that I'd probably, there's a group of Hell's Angels in the corner of the bar, like maybe I'm going to choose a different bar or something. Or you see somebody with teardrop tattoos on their face, like maybe I'll stay away from that. Do you, like, there's different things that can tell you good and bad things. They can also be, those are deterrents as well. Like some people put those icons on themselves. Tattoos are very personal displays of beliefs and things like that a lot of times. And, that could be a welcoming thing or a deterrent. So something to just pay attention to. So,
I see lots of comments popping up. Anything that
Oh yeah.
we need to?
Let's see.
I agree
Point
with you, Nick.
point is his end at enemy is probably something Vinny has seen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Jan says, wore my range hat to an activity this weekend, and Liz, you're getting 2 new Lady Sentinels. Sweet! That's awesome, Jan.
That's awesome.
Good morning, Luke. A vest, yes, Nick. Thank you. It's much more simple than what I was trying to. I feel like there's a special name for
Well,
it.
they're
But...
calling their colors. They're wearing their colors.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's called. Is their vest with their logo. But then there's all sorts of other meanings. There's little logos that go alongside of them that say if they are legit members or if they're still prospects and rockers and all that stuff.
Yeah. Totally, I have no idea about that. All I've watched is Sons of Anarchy, so just credit everything I have no idea. So
I like Nick's comment.
or someone arguing with you and they have funny looking ears.
Don't do it.
What?
You don't get that one?
No.
The
funny ears.
Funny looking
cauliflower ear.
Cauliflower ears.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not going to argue with them anymore.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know that I would necessarily consider that iconography. I don't know. I guess that's sort of a body manipulation that can promote an ideology
And
because
it just shows that they're in that world.
I mean, you can drain it and stuff, and if you can try really hard not to get cauliflower ear, but some people use it as a way to promote that I'm powerful, and I can appreciate either side of that. But what if they're wearing a tap out shirt or affliction shirt or some MMA shirt? Like, does that tell you they might be in that world?
I don't see that as the same.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not saying it's the same level, but
mean,
one is actually a fighter and the other one is just
like it could. So I would take that as a little bit of a tier below.
Yeah.
Because anyone can buy that shirt, but cauliflower ear, you kind of got to
earn that.
You earn that
For sure.
That's
For
essentially like scars. You earn that one.
Yeah. I think, I'm trying to, I don't know that cauliflower ear necessarily would be considered at the base definition of iconography. That's what I'm trying to, it's
I
semantics.
don't know either, but it's
still important to.
I would say unconfirmedly it is.
Yeah, exactly, Nick. That's commando versus keyboard commando because most people who wear shirts like that, again, broad statements, who knows? It's just, you don't see a lot of,
Anyone can buy a shirt.
Yeah.
It's just I don't.
Just good.
Who did I tell you? I don't know if you remember, Liz. I don't know why I'm asking. You probably don't. When I was in Vegas,
That's valid.
I was walking across the street with. Dang it. One of the big MMA fighters.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. No idea what the
And
name
somebody
is.
honked a horn at him and flipped him off, and I was like, "Dude, you have no idea what you're doing." God dang it! Was it
Randy Couture?
Yes.
Oh,
No. Always
Conor
been a
McGregor.
Mohawk. No.
Oh, I don't know.
God dang it! I'm drawing. Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, he doesn't wear a tap out shirt.
Yeah, I said, most people, again,
Yes.
most people who are sufficient, they don't like to promote that they're sufficient.
Yeah.
It's usually you don't need to. You just walk in a way that doesn't require it. So, and in fact, they probably want to stand out less because they don't want to have to use something like that. Yeah. To understand that is usually what keeps people away from promoting it. So
what's the challenge with iconography? What do you want people to do? Like, do you want them to just pick something and try to pay attention and see what kind of story maybe they think it tells for them? Like if I see somebody wearing a Cardinals hat, okay, that's an invitation potentially. If I'm out of town, that's an invitation potentially to go and talk to them. Go ahead.
Start a conversation just one conversation over the next week from iconography, whether it's on someone's shirt. Actually, this just happened with my lesson on Friday. One of my students came in for a lesson and she was wearing a shirt. It was a band shirt. I can't remember the name of it. It has it's a fairly long name, but it's a fantastic band. But I asked her about it because it was a cool picture. And so she sent me the link and everything, and I checked it out on YouTube, and now I have new music to listen to, and it's good music. So that was
But not good enough that you can remember who it is.
Man, I'm gonna find it. it was, dang it. Why do you do this to me?
Got him.
You did it, not
did
me.
this. Bill's just helping.
I remember there was,
I remember there was words in the music.
Very
And there was
specific
a
words.
beats.
very specific words. Tedeschi truck span. See, it's not it's not just your typical name, but it's the Tedeschi truck span. It's a cool band. So I was totally jamming out on my way home, and I'm glad that I got to know about that band. So
So when you're saying strike up a conversation, you're not necessarily saying with a perfect stranger.
it doesn't have not at all.
It could be your next door neighbor that you talk to all the time, but you happen to notice
Something.
a thing on their car or a thing on their shirt or what?
Someone with a Gajira shirt, so you watch the Olympics. Are you? I don't like. I. Never mind.
Squirrel.
So yes, it doesn't even have to be. Definitely doesn't have to be a stranger. It can be someone that you already know. Maybe your spouse got a new shirt and it's something you've never seen before.
What the hell is that? Is that how you ask that question?
Yeah. Yes, of course. What the? So ask.
Why are you wearing that?
It's kind of fun. And then you get to learn something new about somebody you already know. That's pretty cool. And it challenges you to pay attention, which practicing paying attention matters. It doesn't just happen because, I told you to. You had to get used to looking both ways. You had to look left, right, left, and you had to get used to that process before it became a habit. This is one way to start building that habit, to start building a good baseline to recognize your environment for what it is, just based off of normal everyday stuff. You have to have a baseline to recognize anomalies. Just like he recognized that brown shirt. That was an anomaly. But look what that turned into. It turned into a new friendship, maybe. That's awesome. Like, you don't just pay attention to look for bad guys.
Bad guys,
Like,
yeah.
there's so many things in this world. Be like a little kid again. Get curious. Ask questions. And just start conversation. What? I'll punch you in the face.
Hi. I'm just trying to be like a little kid. That's all.
That's okay.
Hi.
That's Benny. Mom. And I'm like talking to him.
Mom.
But it's just something to pay attention to. It's something to build a habit. It's something to engage with new people. It's a way to bring new people into the gun world. We need people to be okay with this. And if you can be a non-intimidating person that promotes something that someone might be willing to ask you questions about, then that's a lot better than yelling in their face like, why don't you like guns? It's like, I don't know. I have found value in that lately. I'm also a chick, so it's a little easier for me to wear gun stuff and not be intimidating to talk to.
I mean, I had it just yesterday after work. I went to the AT&T store to look for upgrading my phone, and I was wearing this, minus that. No one knew about that, but I was at the AT&T store, sat down with the lady. We were talking. Her kid was actually there too, playing with a ball in the background, and we were just having a good time. It was just us in the store. Got done with everything, and of course she saw that, asked me about it. Was like, hey, what's that? And so I went on about my spiel of how I work at the range. I'm one of the instructors there, what we do, how we help people, all that type of stuff. And she was like, that sounds fun. I want to try that.
Heck yeah.
And I was like, here's our website, here's my card, sign up for a lesson with me and we can have some fun. I asked her how old her kid was. He was 12. And I was like, kid's more welcome to come as well. We can have some fun.
That's awesome. Heck yeah.
So can I don't know how to ask this. Can it be overdone from the person who's you're trying to wear specific icons, say gun stuff, as that's what we're talking about right now,
Yeah.
and be off-putting?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like you want to be the icon, so you stack yourself with all sorts of
Over the top things.
silly statements on your shirt. That's
Yeah.
an icon that stands out and people recognize it. And you have you know, your camo pants on and your, I'm trying to think of something somewhat that I can say on the face tube that's a little bit over the top. But you know the shirts I'm talking about and that sort of thing, where you're almost trying to get people to challenge you.
Yeah.
That's
for sure.
not what we're talking about.
No.
Yeah.
Right? Talking about simple little things. Like, I personally hate wearing gun shirts. I really do. I don't like it. This to me is different.
Yes. This
Right.
is very different.
But like, I've got a shirt that's got, you know, the American flag on it. It's like a subdued thing. It's a black shirt with gray or gray with black. I don't remember what it is, but the American flag is out of ammo and stuff. And it looks cool. I like the shirt, but I don't know. I have a hard time with it because I don't want people to know I have a gun, because I do. And I don't want people to make that assumption and expect something of me or challenge me some way simply because. So there's a balance there.
Yep.
I ran into that just this weekend because I left here after having a debate over the phone with my car salesman, and I was pretty upset about it. They promised something, did not deliver.
A car salesman?
Surprise. And
Shook.
Sorry, Andy. It wasn't Andy.
it was not
Well,
Andy.
it's
It
not
was
Andy.
not Andy. So I decided I was empowered to go up there and talk to their sales manager and to explain what happened, so that way they knew that they had a salesman that was offering things that they couldn't deliver on. And I think that was shady sales tactics. So I was nervous going in there with my rain shirt on. And I had, when I was up there a couple nights before, I had given him my business card from here. And when he looked at it, he didn't say any, he just kind of looked at it for a second and then put it away. Typically, when I give somebody my card, if they don't know that I'm in this industry already, they would be like, oh, what? That's kind of cool. This is the first time that I've not gotten a positive response about that. And so maybe he doesn't like us. Either way, it's totally fine. But after having that conversation on the phone, I was nervous that he would be nervous about me coming into the store and having my Range logo on. Who knows if I was being over the top about it? I don't know. But I was nervous that he would be nervous. My level of control is through the roof on that. So I wasn't nervous about that, but I didn't want to make them uncomfortable. And when I walked into the store, I walked up to the counter to ask for the sales manager, and the lady behind the counter immediately gave me very uncomfortable body language. And I was there to ask, and it was a conflict already. It was a very nice conflict. But the whole time I was very nervous about wearing that because I did not want to make anybody else uncomfortable. That's not my goal. If I'm going to promote that, I want to do it in a welcoming environment. So I definitely don't want to use that as a deterrent or as a challenging thing.
Threatening thing. Yeah.
Absolutely not. So you also have to keep that in mind when you're wearing gun shirts. Like, to your point, like, I have a couple gun shirts that I would love to wear. I'll wear them around, gun people. Like,
Sure. Yeah. Go to GOA or we go to
Then I would.
USCCA or whatever. Sure.
my favorite gun shirt has a Glock on the front. And it says Butterface. It's freaking awesome. But I won't wear it out in public because it's just a freaking gun right on the front. I'm not trying to bring it to that level of attention. So anyway,
Pay attention.
pay attention.
So your goal is just to try to pay attention to logos. And even if it's not somebody you can have a conversation with, think about what that conversation might look like, or why you're not having a conversation. Like, does the logo put you off for whatever reason? Does it say to you, don't talk to me, don't ask me about it? Or does it make it so uncomfortable for you because it's a topic you're uncomfortable talking about,
Yep.
that you don't want to talk to them? Another very common one for me is bike stuff. If I see, a bike company logo or a bike component logo on somebody's shirt or just a picture of a bicycle, it's almost an immediate, hey, what do you ride? Oh, I ride road. Oh man, you're one of those people, or whatever. It's a common ground. We have something we can talk about, and I think you'll be surprised what you'll what you'll see if you try to pay attention to it.
Cars are another thing. You know, I was in the car world for a little bit, and you know, when you see people wearing brands that you like, or you can ask them questions about it. I mean, there's just little things that you can.
What about when you go up and you ask somebody about, oh man, I had one of those things, and the person's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, they bought the shirt because they thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
Or somebody gave it to them. It's their favorite color and it had some cool looking logo. They have no idea even what the logo is.
I've encountered that before.
I have too.
Yeah. and then but what can that turn into?
It's just a good conversation.
That's this. And they're like, oh, okay. Now they have more meaning behind their shirt. Maybe they'll actually go out and investigate it. So it can go up. It can go both ways.
Bill has it out for Huffy. Don't ride a Huffy.
Smaller one I've seen, I've had it happen many a times here at the range, is cell phone numbers. Your cell phone number. Everyone in the St. Louis area has relatively one of two area codes. I'm not from here, I don't. So I'm from the other side of Missouri where my area code was 816. So every now and then someone will come in here, give me a phone number to look them up in our system, and they start with 816. And I immediately just have a connection with that person. I'm like, where are you from? I'm from St. Joe area. And he's like, oh my God, I'm from Olathe. And it's like, hey, we're friends now. Just because our area codes are the same, and that immediately tells me they're not from here. Or even if they are, they spend some time where I grew up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another conversation starter. Cool.
What else we got, Liz?
Oh, if you buy a gun or a class this month,
Yeah.
there's asterisks there.
Yeah.
Small print. You get 100 rounds of ammo.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That is really cool.
It's really awesome.
You buy it, not any class, but
Yeah.
Shooting.
Most of the classes.
Yeah, most of the classes. You can't buy a new owner maintenance class or a
Women's awareness class.
women's
or
awareness or advanced
qualification.
CCW because we're not shooting, something like that. But basic pistol, defensive handgun, whatever you got. Carbine class, you get 100 rounds. Ooh, I don't know. On the carbine stuff, are they doing 100 rounds of
I think so.
a 5.56?
I think so.
Oh,
But
Yep.
man. Okay.
I think
That's
so.
kinda cool.
I know. That's why I was like,
Kinda
it's pretty cool.
And or you buy a gun.
Yeah.
So if you buy a gun this month, the asterisk is it's got to be in the store, right? You
Yeah, you have
can't
to come in the
buy
store.
a gun online and like through our online pro shop and get 100 rounds. You can't buy a class online and get 100 rounds. You got to come in the store. Now, I personally would say that if you called in and made the purchase, it'd probably be okay, but I don't know.
Maybe.
Glad you said it. I'm not getting in trouble.
I don't know. The asterisk does say it has to be in the store. So, if you can't get in here, trying to call would be an option.
Just for Phil.
Yeah,
Good
Yep,
luck with that.
Yep, that'll work here. Hey, Elizabeth, there's a call for you.
Like he's
You have to do a
Charles.
What else we got going on?
IDPA skills and drills on Thursday.
Nice.
Oh, thanks, Nick. Yeah, IDP
Thursday
skills
night.
and drills. I'm sure that's sold out. 'cause
You
I'm
gonna be
going away.
here? You gonna be there?
I might. There's a possibility. I want to be. It just depends.
I'm sure it's probably sold out already because it went live on Friday.
But look anyway.
Yes. Sign up.
Yeah, get on the wait list.
Skills and drills, is that one bay or is that two?
Generally one, but
okay.
sometimes it's two.
Yeah, so if enough people sign up on the wait list,
Yeah.
then
Then
they'll
they-
ask for a second bay. If we can give it up, we will. So it never hurts to get put on the wait list. However, Scoot.
Oh boy.
It's Monday.
It's Belt Fed Monday. Here comes Philium. Deep breath. Oh, Vinny, rub his ears. Say woo sapa.
If
He's too spicy.
if you sign up for something like that, freaking show up. Show up. I'm on a wait list and you get bumped to the list. Show up. People all the time like, oh yeah, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. So they'll ask like, hey, we got like 38 people that want to do this. Can we have a second bay? Yeah, sure. And then 15 people show up. So, treat the wait list like you are actually coming. treat the wait list like you are on the roster.
So that means
And
if you can't
freaking-
make it,
Wait until the day of. If you haven't gotten anything like right before the match, you're not coming. Okay, fine. If something comes up 3 days before the match that you might not be able to make it, withdraw. Okay, that tells the people who are putting these things on that there's not as much interest as I thought. So, Nick says he's waitlisted and he'll be there. But yeah, so open a second bay. We'll see how many people are on the wait list.
well, I gotta talk about Lady Sentinel Rifle and Zombies this month. So we had we're doing Rifles and Zombies and Lady Sentinel this month, and our first one was Friday.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, you're right.
Whoa, that came quick and just like with authority.
Just accepted it.
Wow. Okay.
I forgot I was here, so I was going to say no, that's not true. But
Just quickly accepted it.
I was off, but I was here.
That's been, I mean, it's on the internet,
Yeah.
so it's there
That's your
forever.
one for the month.
Okay, I'll take
it's
it.
The
It's one,
14th.
I'll
and
take
it
it.
lasted exactly 2.5 seconds.
Yeah. Nobody like said I can't come. That's everybody was so excited to get in here, and everybody came, and almost everybody shot. There's only a couple of them that had to take off, and there were some great accomplishments. It was freaking fantastic. So there's a couple spots left in one of them. So if you're a member, want to sign up, I'm also going to be giving away a ambidextrous charging handle, only if you come. So if you're signed up, you attend, at the end of the month, I'll give away, Wolfpack Armory ambidextrous charging handle.
So what happens if you don't have a rifle?
You gotta
Then
build
you-
one.
Now you got to buy a rifle.
Yeah.
Put it on.
You gotta build a rifle.
One of the ladies afterwards came right upstairs and bought a PCC. After shooting a couple of them, After shooting a couple of them, she realized that even a braced, we don't even know what we call it anymore. But even that was still hurting her back, so she was able to shoot a PCC and actually stand up a little more upright, and to be able to shoot it and kind of experience it helped her make a good decision. She came upstairs and bought one. Another lady was like happy that she's now able to, her and her husband get to build an AR together, and it's freaking awesome. So
That's really
Sign up.
cool.
Come
'Cause
to us.
it's in the reason why we're talking about it that way is because it's a scary thing for a lot of people, and especially for a lot of new women getting into this sport, and for a lot of new men too. It's just a lot of the men won't say that it's scary. They'll,
They won't
that'd
say
be
it.
cool. Yeah, I'd love to shoot one, which is fine. Some of the ladies, some, not all, are more vocal about, "Hey, I don't like it. Why don't you like it? It's scary. I was told not to like it."
we squashed so
And
many
it's
myths.
then it's that I asked her about it Friday afternoon, I guess. I said, "How did it go?" And she's like, just over a text, I could tell she was just like, "That was awesome," you know. And to squash so many misconceptions, myths, and flat out lies is over the course of an hour.
Yep.
You know, is awesome. That's
Over, many of them thought that they were essentially fully automatic, like military rifles that can just mow down a whole bunch of people and blow holes in people this big. I mean, it's the myths behind the AR. I mean, I also asked them, what does AR stand for? And so many of them said assault rifle. And I like, ooh, that hurts, you know? It's like, and it's not their fault.
Nope.
It's not.
They
So
don't know what they don't
I'm
know.
very happy that they're coming in to learn the right way of saying things. So, and knowing things and what actually is the truth. And then 3 of the ladies also went into the zombie,
auto.
the full auto Freaky Fridays and ran full auto 22 in a stage. Like 3 of them went right over there after our meeting and had a blast with it, pun intended. So,
That's you trying to be funny.
so it's just I try. But yeah, it was good. So
Hi, Grant.
hi Grant.
What's up,
Grant.
Grant? Should have one. Oh, buy 2.
I
That's
agree.
right. Should have
2 is always better.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
What else we got? Anything else crazy going on? Oh, there's all sorts.
Coffee's good.
Yeah, coffee is delicious
There
this
you go.
morning. I don't know. I don't really have anything else. How about you, Liz?
Nope.
How about you, Vincent?
Wait, what?
Enjoy my coffee.
How, do you drink all your drinks like that? That puts air in your belly, you know.
No,
That's what they said on the YouTubes.
they lied.
I lied.
All it does is puts air in your mouth. Don't swallow the air.
It
Don't
mixes with the
swallow it.
liquid. It froths it all up in your mouth, and then when you swallow it, it's got air in it.
I'm good. I'm going away.
I really
Michelle.
I really wanted to throw my coffee cup.
Anyway. I
Okay.
should show everybody your picture from
Oh,
earlier.
no.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's happening. Yeah, talk about me doing silly things. Yep. mhm.
Hey,
So
This is
I'm just
happening.
trying to get better.
we have
Context.
a
Context.
Context
No.
is important.
upcoming outing at Topgolf. We had the three of us and Will went to Topgolf the other day after an event we were at. You could watch the live. It's terrible.
All bad. All bad.
So
Me,
this
not
morning,
good.
me and Vinny were
Training.
practicing.
We were training. He was trying to help me.
Here, let me get closer so you guys can really see it. Look at Philly's like resting his head on back of Vinny's shoulder and just, this is so nice.
Trying to help me with my form, all right? Trying to help.
That's great.
Helping out.
Well, you know,
We're trainers training.
we got to be good.
Oh, we'll definitely do the tortillas. Just kidding. We need to do that sooner rather than later.
What was
The
that?
tortillas.
Okay.
It's true.
Yes.
We should wear hoodies, put our hands through our and legs through our hoodie sleeves, walk around like little weird monsters with tortillas and try to slap each other.
How the
Without
hell you gonna slap?
my hands.
Oh, you gotta do both of them. Adds a level of challenge.
Without any context. That statement was very confusing.
Oh man.
Welcome to everything that comes out of my mouth. Okay.
That's
We
it.
should, we should be
Well, that's
done.
enough,
We should be done.
That's enough shenanigans for one day.
Shenanigans.
Okay. What's our address, Elizabeth?
14803 Manchester Road in beautiful downtown Ballin.
That's right. That's us. Come see us if you want shenanigans.
You got to do the hours though. It just flows well.
10 to 8 Monday through Friday, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 10 to 6. If you need something, come see us. If you like shenanigans, come hang out with us. If you like coffee, come hang out with us. If you like shooting guns, come hang out with us.
If you like learning new things, come hang out with us.
Yes.
True story.
If
If you like to party, come hang out with
come
me.
hang out with us. Oh, a couple weeks ago, 5x5 drill, 5x5x5. Go shoot it.
Do
I think
it.
I'm gonna go shoot it this morning.
I am too.
And try it. What was my time? My time was like a four or something. And
Four
fucking
something.
Vinny, like, the next day.
Don't get mad, Peggy.
The look on your face.
Yeah, like like a 2.8 or
Yeah.
something stupid. Like he's like, oh, let me try this. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go shoot it. You should too. Look at the drill, shoot it, screw it up. Who cares? I'm probably gonna screw it up this morning.
Nope.
And if I don't, awesome. If I do, awesome. I don't think I'm gonna get that fast, but I am gonna start pushing myself to try to make it
Yep.
better.
yeah.
And that's all we want from you is to find a drill you can work on, you can repeat, you
Push
can have
it.
a measurable standard, and push yourself for it. And we'll come up with more. We'll post more videos like that as time goes on, and we have time to actually try to make some of that stuff. We'll see how that goes. Bye. You guys
Toodles.
have a super awesome week, and we will be back someday later this week, maybe.
Do your little awkward pause.
Pause.